Hey, you guys, what's going on? How are you? How are you? I just figured I would jump on here real quick, and give my 2 cents worth about Joel Osteen and what all the uproar is about Joel Osteen. So I just got a little bit of a different perspective on how I see this whole fascination as to what they're saying that he waited 96 hours to open up the dome or open up his church and that kind of thing. And I'm like, I don't know that I'm upset by that. I don't know that that makes me mad. And again, hey Tatiana, and again, hey, what's going on, Melinda? And again, I don't know that that's bad. It's like, hey, what's going on, Keisha, Erica, what's going on? Here's the thing about what I'm thinking Joel may have been thinking. And this is just my own little thought about this. Joel was thinking, hey, Bill, hey, Lana, Reverend Lana, Clarice, what's going on? Joel is thinking, if we open up, again, the church doors are not closed. They were not closed, okay? If you open up your church and say, hey, come on over here to Lakewood, now you got what, 300 people, 200 people, however many people that are going to come over to Lakewood into your building. The first thing that I'm thinking as Joel is, whoa, do you remember what happened to the Superdome? Okay? Do you remember what happened to the Superdome when they just opened up the doors, didn't have any strategy, didn't have a plan, didn't have any process or procedures in place to accommodate all those people that came in there, and look what happened. We had people getting robbed, raped, murdered. You had defecation, you had urination, you had all kinds of things that was taking place inside of the Superdome. So for me, if I'm Joel, I'm thinking, we need a plan. Hold on, we need a plan. So before you can become a shelter, you have to be designated as an evacuation kind of facility, okay? Lakewood is not designated as one of those kind of places. So say, for instance, he said, come on over to Lakewood. You have no soap, you have no towels, you have no showers, you have no bedding, you have no sheets, you have nothing when you get to Lakewood, okay? You have nothing when you get there. So it's like, you said, I read that they had shoulders closer to the need that they were trying to fill first. Sounds like they had a plan that was in place. Remember the Superdome. Yeah, exactly. That's just what I just said, Billy. It's like, again, they're not prepared for that. They weren't going to be prepared for 200, 300 people to come over there. And then you come over there and then what? You come over there and then you sit, or you come over there and then you can't shower. You can't do anything. So when he made the comment, and again, remember how the media does now, it gives you sound bites. So when he said, is he trying to help the Houston folks? Of course he's trying to help the Houston folks. Everybody in Houston is trying to help the Houston folks. I mean, everybody's trying to help. But when you're talking Lakewood, when you're talking a Brentwood, when you're talking any kind of facility like that, you have to have strategy. You just don't go willy-nilly opening up your facility. The first thing comes to mind is the Superdome, people. You don't want that same incident happening again, okay? You don't want that same incident happening again. You just don't want that on your conscience. So give me a minute, people, and let me figure out how we're going to make Lakewood a designated evacuation facility, so that way when he's designated and the federal government designates Lakewood as a facility, then guess what? Then he'll start receiving towels and blankets and soap and that kind of thing. But what do you expect him to do? Just because he has a $10.5 million house, he don't have 300 bars of soap up in that Mickey Flicky. He ain't got towels and blankets to house and cover up 300 to 500 people. Come on. It's like, just give it a thought and not just jump to conclusions and stab the man in the back or think that whatever the media is pitching you is pitching you some garbage. Again, that was a soundbite when he said, fill up the shelters first, which there are shelters near Lakewood that are very nearby. He said, fill those shelters up first and then come to Lakewood. Because guess what? The shelters have exactly what you need. The shelters has the resources right now, today. Hey, Hank, what's going on? Hey, Kay. They have what you need. Hey, Kathleen, what's going on? They have exactly what you need right now. If you come to Lakewood right now, we don't have a pot for you to piss in or a window to throw it out of at the moment. Okay? Exactly. People are so quick to make the church the end all be all scapegoat. Exactly. What's going on, Eric? Nala, what's going on, Sharnice? Again, hey, Tommy. Again, you have to give some thought and strategy as to how you're going to accommodate 100, 200, 300 people coming into your facility. You do not want another Superdome incident happening at your church. Simple as that. What's going on, Kathleen? Thanks for jumping in. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to give you guys a different perspective and take the knives out of Joe's back because, again, it's more to it than that soundbite of help the shelters first and then go to the shelter first and then come here. It wasn't like that. Hey, William. Hey, Randy. Hey, Fabian. It's not like that at all. It's go where they have the resources now. Let me work on becoming designated as an evacuation place. And then that way I can have the resources and everything that you need right here when you come to Lakewood. I'm just saying. Yes. Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on, Joshua? Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, Will, what's going on? Oh, I love you too, Billy. Hey, Terry, what's going on? What's going on? Miss Fashion Girl. Hey, Nick, what's going on? Thanks for jumping over from Instagram. Hey, D friends. I'm just saying, I hate that people keep trying to make him out to be a villain. I know. It's like, whatever it is that he is and whatever it is that he does, it's like, just understand you have to have a little bit of strategy. Hey, Jackson Lawrence, what's going on? You have to have a little bit of strategy when you're talking something of this magnitude. If history did not teach us from Hurricane Katrina, is that you have to have a plan. You have to have some kind of strategy. Believe half of what you hear and half of what you see. Exactly. Most people have a difficult time planning an event for 25 people. Just saying. Can you imagine being prepared to house thousands? Absolutely. Hey, Candace, what's going on? Michael, hi. I've been so tired of folks hating on the church. The church has stepped up as they always do. Absolutely. And they have. And I believe that wholeheartedly that Joel is helping Houston. I believe that Joel is doing whatever it is that he possibly can to help Houston. Hey, David, what's going on? People just don't understand that you need the resources for that magnitude. Absolutely. And that's all I'm saying. I'm just trying to send Joel a cyber hug. I'm trying to send him a cyber hug and pull some of them knives out of his back because I do like Joel. I watch Joel. I don't watch all four, I don't watch all 4 episodes on Sunday, but I do get one of them in. So I do watch Joel regularly. And I think his messages are great. But do I care that he lives in a $10.5 million house? No, I don't care. I don't care. Joel doesn't even get a salary from Lakewood. So all the people who keep throwing that out. Hey, Regina, what's up, Deron? Hey, our lovely, what's going on? Did you put your earrings on this week, girlfriend? Yes. Cyber hugs for Joel. Hashtag cyber hug for Joel. I'm just saying. I might be the only one sending him some cyber love right now, but he'll never know it because, of course, CNN and ABC and none of them, they're not going to broadcast this. They're not going to tell nobody this because that's not what they want people to know. So, again, I'm not even worried about this getting out because, again, it's just too positive. Yes, so send Joel we're doing a hashtag cyber hug for Joel. What's up, Keith? What's going on, Mr. Marshall? So again, I don't think that we should be crucifying Joel about whatever took place with his facility. The other thing about Joel's facility, and I used to live in, Joe, exactly. Send him a hug. There you go. What's up, Nick? Hey, Eileen. The other thing about Joel's facility, Joel is a very nice person. Things have to be planned out. Absolutely, Corliss. That's all I'm saying is that you have to have it planned out. For that amount of people coming into your facility, you need to make sure that you have things planned out. He don't have no soap. He didn't have showers. He didn't have bedding. He didn't have blankets. He didn't have anything that anybody would have needed. And they were going to pass, 3 shelters before they got to Lakewood? You're going to pass 3 shelters that has food, that has shelter, that has towels, that has blankets, and that has showers. You're going to pass 3 shelters to go to Lakewood, and he doesn't have anything but purple pews and Bibles? It's like, come on. It's like, come on, people, let's really think about this. Let's be smart about our choices and who we're trying to crucify. And that's not even the importance right now. Hey, Blythe, what's going on? Nick, what's going on? And Carolyn's here. Veronica. Like, my entire engagement party guest is like in this broadcast right now. When I should be planning the engagement party, right? The Superdome turned out. Yes, it did. And that's what I keep saying. Joe was probably like, wait. And Joe, like I said, because I'm not a woman of the cloth. Hell no, y'all not coming up here tearing up my building like y'all did the Superdome. No, you can't come here yet. Wait. Stop them at the end of the gold driveway. Hell no, you ain't coming up in here tearing up my place. Wait. Somebody said on Instagram, hey, Chris, what's going on? You welcome, Shirley. Hey, Tony. Somebody, thank you. Somebody said on Instagram, that's like your relative showing up at your house with their 6 kids talking about, hey, I'm going to stay here for 2 weeks. Can you put me up? Huh? No. See, the way my bank account worked, now I'm like, my boy, the way my bank account worked is that I have a checking and a savings. So no, you have to have a plan to accommodate people when they're coming to your facility. Hey, Tina, what's going on? I'm just saying, hey, Robert, I'm wearing all white like Simeon on sofa. You are stupid. So I'm just saying, Joe, that was me, the relatives example. Oh, yeah, that was you, Nick. That was you. You were like, yeah, don't be coming up showing at my house. How about you going to stay at my house for 2 weeks? And what do you expect? I don't have towels for 15 people to be in my house. I don't have food in my refrigerator for 15 people. I don't have soap like that, okay? So I need to plan that out. I'm going to need you to give me a minute to plan that out, okay? Not the way my bank account works. I'm just saying, that's not how it works. I like that you take a stand. I have heard too much hate being spread. We can't judge. Are we in that position? Exactly. I'm out the loop. Backtrack, recap. Okay, so thanks for sharing this out. I appreciate that. Everyone is talking about Joel. Hey, Allison. I don't normally do Facebook, but say that. Yeah, Tina, you really don't normally do Facebook. So everyone is like crucifying Joel and talking about Joel Osteen because they said it took him 96 hours to open up Lakewood Church to take in some of the refugees from the Hurricane Harvey. So, and they're saying he should have done it sooner. He got his big old church and he don't want to let people in, and he living over there in that $10 million house and he can't help people in Houston. And it's like, wait, hold on. It's like, why are you mad at Joel? I'm going to need you to step back. And then so the soundbite that was played or the words that were played was that Joel made a comment that go to the shelters first and then come to Lakewood. So that was the soundbite or the pieces of information that we got. I say soundbite because y'all know I'm in media, and so I know what a soundbite is. So that's all we got. But what I took from that is that I don't have the resources at Lakewood yet, but go to the shelters, which is just right here. They're a few blocks away from Lakewood. Go there first and then come to Lakewood when you get full, because now I'm your last resort. At the shelters, they have soap, they got towels, they got blankets, they got beds, they got showers, they can accommodate you. But at Lakewood, if you come to me right now, I ain't got nothing right now. I can't accommodate you. I have no food. I probably don't even have a box of granola bars back there in the lounge. All we probably got is the communion wine and crackers somewhere in the safe. So if we just gonna turn up like that, then that's all I got. But just give me a minute. Go to the shelters first. That's how I took that soundbite. But everybody else took it like, oh, clutch my pearls. You don't want to let me in the building. You want me to go to the shelter first and not come to your little stinking facility, No, I don't want you to come to my facility yet. You know what you did to the Superdome? That's just the other side. That's this side of Joe saying that. That's him saying this. His other side, his smiley face side is like, please give me a minute. I will open up Lakewood Church immediately. But the other side was like, hell no, y'all can't come up in here and tear it up. Y'all was ripping out chairs. Y'all was pulling out cushions. Y'all were, using the bathroom in places that didn't say men or women on the signs. Come on, just give me a minute. So again, that's what is going on, Veronica, in the news. And I'm just trying to give Joel a little cyber hug to just let everybody know. Just listen to my perspective for a minute. It might just be a little logical as to what I'm saying, and that there needed to be some kind of strategy to accommodate 300 to 600 people coming into Lakewood Church, because I wouldn't want 300 to 600 people coming into my facility, my house, my facility, or whatever. And the other thing, yeah, you said I'm crazy. Shh, don't tell nobody. People are quick to judge when a person has money. Absolutely. Are we talking about any of the NBA players and the NFL players and that kind of people? Are we talking about them? We're not talking about them not doing anything. What about that? It's like, let's come up off of Joel for a second. Let's just come up off of Joel for a minute. And not because I like Joel or anything like that. I would defend most everybody. There are a few people I can think of right now that I wouldn't defend, but I'm not going to go there. What's going on, Dana? How are you? So I'm just saying, take a step back. Think about what it is that we're talking about. They'll stop up the toilets and you're not ready. I'm just saying, you got to order porta pots to put outside of Lakewood Church so that you got the proper facilities. So they want to trash his reputation, but won't let him accommodate you the proper way. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, had he just let everybody in and just let you all crawl up in there and then not be prepared, you wouldn't have had security. Come on, you need to have security inside of Lakewood, because if you're going to have all those people there, not to say that everybody crazy and they're going to be running rampant, but where there are no rules, right, Tony Williams, where there are no rules, people will make up their own, right? So let's get some structures, some processes, and let's have some security. The cops, they're everywhere else. They're being utilized somewhere else. They're being utilized somewhere else. So how does Joel get cops at his Lakewood church or some security at his church? Most of the roads are kind of blocked off and crazy. Again, people, we got to think about this. There needed to be some strategy before we can open up Lakewood Church. And I say we like I'm a member there, and I'm not. I'm just saying, I'm just here to send Joel a hashtag hug to let him know I kind of understand what's going on with him. Yes, they would definitely be complaining. Hey, Von Sheila, what's up, Andrea? Linda. Yes, security is a must. Nicoya, did I say that right? Nicoya. I hope I got that right. I totally hope I got that right. But again, you have to have some security, because again, the other thing about Joel's facility, and I used to live in Houston, is that it used to be where the Rockets played basketball. Hey, Stevie, what's going on? Yay, I said it right. It used to be the Rockets facility where they played basketball. So it had a storm. It experienced a little bit of damage during Hurricane Allison, if I'm not mistaken, in 2001. So it experienced a little bit of damage and flooding there. And of course, water damage, you can only do so much with water damage to a place to where you may not be able to completely restructure it. Hey, what's going on, Twyla? Hey, Felicia, what's going on? So again, there was some damage from Hurricane Allison. So now you got to be careful as to your infrastructure that has already been weakened before, that you really don't have a full structure to put that amount of people back on that infrastructure because it was previously compromised. So you got to be smart about that. But people don't know that, or people don't understand that or realize that. So again, but we're quick to judge just because. I'm just saying, right? What's going on? Stephen Durant. How are you, my friend? What's going on with you? So I'm just here to give Joel a hashtag hug. Hey, Jeffrey Lowe, how are you? Thanks for joining into the broadcast. I'm just trying to shed a little bit of logic and love for Joel Osteen. I was at Lakewood. Oh, man, 3 weeks ago. Is that facility big? I'm not really a mega church kind of girl. Real question is, why all the hate from those not living in Houston? Right. Here I'm trying to figure out, how to get these 3 bins. I was just talking about this on Instagram. I'm trying to figure out how to get these 3 bins of clothes that I have in my garage. I'm trying to figure out, how do I get that to Houston? I'm just trying to figure out, I don't even live there, but I'm like, how do I get these clothes to Houston? Are there buses? Are there churches that are putting buses together where we trying to take stuff down there like we did to Flint with the water? I'm like, I'm trying to figure that out. And I got to come on darn Instagram Live, Facebook Live, and Periscope to talk about how I'm trying to defend Joel because people mad. And I'm like, come on, help a sister out. Yeah, it's like real hate from people not even in Houston. Hey, what's going on? Nita, Sandra, what is that? Oh, come on. Come on. Your last name is Scott. I was trying. You're a purple pew kind of girl. He said you're a purple pew kind of girl. Hey, I do have a purple pew, actually. And purple is my favorite color. I'm just saying, hey, Tobias, what's going on? How are you, my friend? What's going on? So anyway, that's my perspective. If anybody has a different perspective as to the logic that I'm trying to place on Joel Osteen's actions, please let me know if you have a different perspective. But again, I just think that the soundbite that we heard shouldn't be taken to that literal sense. Hey, Latasha. That's why I would take your interview on your show, because you don't fabricate people's story. Exactly. I would love to have you on my show. When I get season 2 going, Lord have mercy, send me a sponsor and I will start season 2 tomorrow. What's going on? Hey, Manny. Tiarchit? Did I say that right? I said that right. Please tell. Most people are not prepared for unannounced guests at their house. Lakewood is not normally structured to be a shelter. Exactly. Hey, Daryl, what's going on? Exactly. It's like, come on. You're going to show up at Lakewood and what? I don't have soap. I don't have towels. I don't have blankets. I said it right. Thank you. I feel that if it was an emergency, do whatever is necessary. How I do what you're saying. Yeah, you can do whatever is necessary, but that's the same thing they did with Hurricane Katrina with the Superdome. They just opened it up, and you see what happened. That facility had to be redone. There was no structure. There was no security. There was no infrastructure. There was nothing in place. Now, I could see if there was nowhere else for people to go right now. Now, there are some people who have nowhere to go, but there are shelters that had not been full yet that they could go to until we could get Lakewood open and going and get what you need over there. But Lakewood needed to be designated as an emergency facility, so that designated federally, so that way Lakewood could start getting towels and soap and whatever, to getting in all the resources that they needed, or for another facility that for people who are in Houston and anywhere else could actually ship things or send things or bring things or drop things out of drones or whatever. It was determined that at Pastor Joe's urges that the facilities was bought without the proper ventilation in order to get rid of the water that came into the church when they bought it. Yes, so that was that 2001 Hurricane Allison. And yeah, I mean, again, they bought a facility that, again, may have not been stable when they bought it. Did he not watch the news to see the storm was coming? Yes, I'm sure he did. Just like everybody else who probably watched it and saw the storm was coming. Do we fault Joe because his church didn't have 500 bars of soap or towels or sheets? Do you have that at your house? How did the people there, how do you prepare for that? You know, so again, we could judge Joe in Lakewood for not being prepared, but most of the other people there are not prepared either. Hey, sweetie, what's going on? Hi, Dr. Conway. Nicholas, what's going on? Hey, Kendra, congratulations, boo, on your new job. I saw that. Hey, Anita. Most of the hate is based on jealousy. Nobody is at fault. Definitely nobody is at fault. Yes, but the volunteers have families too. Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, nobody is at fault, but I think we have to have a little bit more compassion. Yeah, Mother Nature is just Mother Nature. Hey, so again, we just have to have a little compassion and understand that you have to have some kind of strategy, some type of structure, and some type of security in order to have all those people coming into one facility and building like that. And again, especially if it's rocky and unstable, and you know that, yeah, I'm going to need you to stay on the outside for a second until we can figure out how we're going to deal with our own infrastructure that got water, that got compromised with more water again. The other thing is, but really showing there was no flooding. That was pictures later on. That was pictures after. The other thing is that they were not cleared by FEMA to be able to, yeah, that would. So again, hey, what's going on? There's my niecey Chanel. Hey, Cicely, what's going on? You can't rely on the government to support. They leave the burden on Lakewood. Yeah, they'll leave the burden on Lakewood. Hey, Mary Smith, what's going on? Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, it's just keep in mind, let's not be quick to judge. I think that all things happen in its own due time and process, and that they needed to get that facility ready to accommodate 300 to 500 people. There are now a couple hundred people at Lakewood. There are people at Lakewood. They never turned anybody away. On Sunday, they had like 10 or 15 people that showed up at the church right away. So again, you have to have some kind of structure, and you have to have some type of plan when you're trying to accommodate that many people. People support sound bites that benefit them. Absolutely. And that little sound bite was, hey, Chrissy, what's going on? That little soundbite that we heard, guy outside with the camera only showed the outside. How did he know what was going on the inside? Absolutely. Absolutely. So again, he's on the outside, but water flows inside, and the streets of Houston are made so that it drains water. The roads in Houston could drain water, could suck up water, but it can only suck up so much water. It's like you jumping in the ocean and you swimming. Really, can you drink all that dang water? No, you can't drink all that dang water, so it got to go somewhere. So again, we only saw views of the foyer of the Phillies and not the rest. Absolutely, we didn't see the rest. And so again, here they are trying to defend themselves by trying to show you the water that got inside of their building, to show you it's the same place that they got water in 2001 when they had Hurricane Allison hit Lakewood Church. So again, really, do we really need to justify that? It's just, hey, again, let me get my facility together so that way I can properly accommodate you as a shelter would. The few shelters that are just a few blocks away from Lakewood that you can go to until we can get Lakewood together. The shelter already had security. The shelter already had food and towels and blankets and everything like that. Lakewood had none of that. They had none of that. So for you to show up like an unannounced relative at Lakewood would have done you no good. It would have done you no good at that moment. So again, this is all about hashtag hug for Joel for the moment, for what I can do and for what I can, I can help a brother out for a moment again. But, this kind of logic won't get nowhere else. I'm telling it to all y'all that are jumping into this broadcast to hopefully give you some kind of perspective. But we will be the only ones that see this. We will be the only ones that see this, because surely CNN and nobody else are going to take any of my sound bites and try to carve them to give a clearer or better perspective as to what's going on in the world today. Hey, Joe. Hey, Renard. Hey, Latasha and Tavi. Yes. Hashtag hug for Joel. Thank you. Hugs for Joel. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Joel needs that hug right about now, and he need me to pull them knives out of his back, because I think he's doing the best he can. And then everybody's talking about, well, what about the $10.5 million house he lives in? Why does he need to live in that kind of house? The same reason why half of the 2%ers live in a house like that. Okay, your NFLs and your NBA players. The same reason why they need a multi-million-dollar house. Okay, and what does this house have to do with anything? He in a $10 million house, but he ain't got 300,000 bars of soap. He ain't got 300 beddings of sheets to give to nobody. Regardless of how big the damn house is, it still ain't prepared for 300 to 500 people to come up in his house. Nor is it prepared at Lakewood Church to take in all them people. I'm just saying. Yes, share and give a hug. That's all I'm asking y'all to do is hashtag hugs for Joel. Let's get real. I'm just saying, hey, Eric, it would give a rude. Hey, sir, I feel you. Hey, I'm just saying, hey, David, what's going on? What's going on? I'm just trying to give a little bit of perspective here on behalf of Joel. Hey, Charlene. What is that? Carlene. Hey, Carlene. How are you? Hey, Miss Franklin. Hi, your gorgeousness. Hey, Cindy. How are you? Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Cyber hug. Cyber hug for Joe. Hey, Eric. Again, regardless of what we feel about Joe, I think Joe is doing the best he can with what he has. And as of Sunday, he had nothing for anybody. Okay. I've been saying the same thing. Yeah, good. I'm so glad. Like, spread that word. I'm like, just spread that word. I just think we can't get caught up in that. Now he gotta go on the TV circuit. Really? He gotta go on a TV circuit to defend this now? He's gonna be on Good Morning America or something tomorrow. It's like, really, he really gotta go on the TV circuit to defend his facility and that kind of thing when we really need him at the church or really need him around the church and in Houston helping out with the disaster that's going on. They're expecting 15 more inches of rain. And we got him going out to Good Morning America. What the hell do you want to say to him, Good Morning America? Take some of the people who are on top of a roof, who are stuck in their attic with just one power bar or no bars at all. Fly their asses to Good Morning America and talk to them about the situation and what's going on. Why are you flying Joe to your show? I don't get it. Take some of the people who are being affected by this. I'm just saying. Hey, Carol, what's going on? Yes, cyber hug for Joe. Show some love. Hey, Jamil. Hey, Brandon Larkins, what's going on? I'm just saying. I'm just here to help Joe. He said fake news. Exactly. Fake news for real. Yeah, fake news for real. I'm just saying. And then you can't get volunteers on a good sunny day at church. Nevertheless, in the worst hurricane possibly in American history. I'm just saying. And then they did say it was the worst one in American history. Hey, Sean, what's going on? Controversy. Exactly. What's going on? Arthur Bethany, how are you, my dear? How are you? Hey, Kisa. Kings and queens. Absolutely. I love you, but he's not going against his will. I love you, but he's not going against his will, my friend. Which will? Raymond Holmes, hey, how are you? Hey, need your help. Not trying to sell, but if anyone is in deregulated and switches their electricity, girl, look at you. Hurricane. Hey, Dana, I'm just saying, hey, Winnie, what's going on? I'm doing well. Oh, yeah. We're just talking about Joel, and I was just giving my perspective about what I think Joel was actually thinking for the past 96 hours. Not every victim has a good intent. Some victims will rob, rape, or hurt other victims. I'm just saying, hashtag you need security. I'm just saying, the first thing that would have been going through my mind had I been Joel and had I been white or whatever with a $10.5 million house, as if any of that matters, is that I would have been thinking about the Superdome. Do I remember what happened at the Superdome? Let me recall the history and to make sure that that history didn't repeat itself during Hurricane Harvey. And in my facility, I know it's totally compromised because I had water damage before in my facility. Hey, April, what's going on? Some people answer to the call in desperate situations such as these. Absolutely. So again, would I want you coming over there and I don't have towels and I don't have blankets and I don't have food and I don't have soap and I don't have all the proper things that you need and the resources that you need at Lakewood Church right now, would I want you to come over there? No, I wouldn't want you to come over there yet. But there are a couple of shelters that are not full yet that are just a few blocks away. Hey, Poinsettia, Danny, and Patty, that are just a few blocks away. Please go there first. And then when those get full, please come to Lakewood. I don't see anything wrong with that because the shelters are designated shelters. They have security, they got soap, they got showers, they got blankets, they have everything that you need when you get there. Lakewood Church doesn't have that. Lakewood Church doesn't have that. So again, I'm just wondering why everybody's in an uproar about it, and I'm just trying to bring you a different perspective over here. Hey, Rosina, what's going on? Thank you for sharing this broadcast. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm just saying, Cindy. I'm just saying. So hopefully it's not built for that either. Yeah, it's definitely not built for that either. I mean, again, it used to be where the Rockets played basketball. And even when they bought it, it was some it was some compromise going on to it, because again, they had been planning it for so long. It wasn't like they had refurbished it or anything like that. He bought it as was. It wasn't like, oh, we will fix the pipes and we'll fix the ventilation and oh, we'll fix some of this water damage. No, he bought it as is, like most people do their own houses. But it would be easier for the military to supply those resources to the one location in emergency situations such as this, because this is what we train for. Absolutely. Absolutely. But again, were we prepared for Harvey? No. Is Lakewood prepared for Harvey? No. Was half of the people who are out of their homes right now ready, prepared? No. So why are we crucifying Joel for unpreparedness? Yes, preparation, and why just pick on Joel? What about the other churches? Absolutely. There's other churches. There's other people that we can pick at right now. But again, we deflect. We as a society deflect. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Demetia. What's going on? Would you accept what you're saying if you were one in need? Let me tell you about being in need, okay? I used to live in Houston. Hey, Jason, what's going on? Saying the devil is a liar and hard at work. Always hard at work. Let me explain to you. I have been a victim where I had nothing, okay? To me, Joe could have got on the phone and talked to a commander on how they could work together to help rescue, evacuate, and come up with a game plan. Absolutely. And who's to say that he didn't do that? But again, remember, in the past few days, everybody in Houston, the police department, the fire department, all resources have been allocated to try to help with the immediate disaster. There is a protocol and chain of command as to how things are taking place. Most places have a disaster plan and a preparedness plan already in place. The city, the local, the county, everybody has a plan, and you have to follow that plan. Joe just can't call up the mayor and call up the chief of the fire department and be like, yo, check it out. Let's put our resources together and do whatever. There's a plan that they have to abide by in these type of situations. And the plan is not, let me take a phone call from Joel Osteen just because he want to put his coin with my coin and rub the two coins together. No, there's a plan. There's a preparedness plan for that. And so you have to follow that. I know you're not coming down on Joel, and I'm sure you're just throwing things out here just like other people are throwing things out there. And I'm just being devil's advocate to just kind of bring into that and try to dice when you think on your feet and quickly. Yes, when you have to think on your feet and quickly. Absolutely. And I think thinking on your feet and quickly is what he was doing. No, let's not open up this facility for 300 people to come in here because first of all, I don't have security to house 300 people. And I don't want anybody to die in Lakewood Church because I didn't have security and I didn't think on my feet during this time, because history has taught us better. Okay. How do I get porta potties out here in the parking lot at Lakewood Church for 300 to 500 people so that they'll have a place and facilities to go to use the restroom and not inside of the pews and not against the walls? How do I accommodate that? How do I get 300 or 100 porta potties in the parking lot of Lakewood so that way you have a proper facility to use the restroom? Is there enough grass in the back of Lakewood for all of us to dig holes and use it in the holes? I'm just saying there has to be a plan and strategy for that. There has to be a plan and strategy for that. And I think it just took a second for them to get that plan together. That's all I'm saying. What are we looking at? What kind of damage? Let's assess our damage. Let's assess how many people we can get in there. Again, they had already had prior damage to Lakewood Church. The stadium itself, when it was owned by the Houston Rockets, it was also compromised. So it isn't like, it ain't Noah's Ark. It ain't built, it ain't built like Noah's Ark. There was a little bit of compromise into that as well. So again, you have to be careful as to when you're going to are you taking people out of danger or are you putting them in more danger when they get there? And you want to make sure that you assess that properly, because otherwise, guess what you're going to do? You're going to sue like hell Joel if something happened, if you get raped or murdered or something got stolen or whatever, and then you're gonna say, why didn't he have all this in place and it was his fault, he should have did this, and why he opened up his church if he ain't had no security, blah 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 blah. That would have been the first thing people said. So again, damned if you do and damned if you don't, and I think waiting was pretty much the best thing to do at this point. There aren't excuses, it is rational thought. Yeah, absolutely, Danny, she is speaking the truth. I'm just saying, I guess you wasn't caught in the flood. No, I wasn't caught in the flood, but I have lost everything. Okay, I have lost everything. All right. I've lost everything except the clothes on my back. And I had to walk to a facility, okay, because all I had was the clothes on my back, and my dormitory had burned down, and everything that I owned from Detroit was inside of that little itty bitty dorm room. And all I had was the clothes on my back. And I had to go to a gym and scrounge through a pile of drawers and bras in this gym floor to put on for the next day in order for me to try to go to class. So do I know what it's like to have nothing? Absolutely. Absolutely. I know what it's like to have ground zero, to have nothing. And it wasn't a flood, it was a fire. So I know how devastated they are. I know what it's like not to have a thing, not to have any money, not to have anything that you need, because it just burned in this building right here, and all I have is the clothes on my back. So I know exactly where they're coming from. So am I throwing rocks from a glass house? Absolutely. Absolutely. And they rice cakes. Okay, because I'm not trying to break anybody's spirits. I'm not trying to break anybody down. I'm just trying to give you guys a different perspective as to how to think about this, because I too have been rock bottom. I too have had nothing. I know what that feels like. I know what that feels like. Google Wiley College fire, dormitory fire. Okay. And then look at how much the school was able to give us from their insurance. It was $50. They gave us $50. That was all they could accommodate the students for at that particular time, was $50. So go down to the gym and grab you some underwear and grab you a bra, and then grab one of those toothbrushes that's over there on the side on the bleachers, and then we'll see you at class tomorrow. So I do know what it's like, Danny. I really do. Yeah, but I don't blame others for natural disasters. Absolutely. We don't want to blame others. Hey, Dale, what's going on? Hey, Sudie, what's going on? Yeah, no, it was terrible. It was terrible. It was the worst feeling ever. It was the worst feeling ever to see a building go up in flames like that. Yeah, what the city of Houston, and especially the mayor, has been awesome. What could have possibly done different? Absolutely. I mean, it's only so much that you can do when these kind of things happen, and it's water. What can you do with the water? The water got to go somewhere. It has to do something. So it's like, come on, it's a national disaster, and we got to think logically about this. Hey, Jeffrey, what's going on? Texas has for you, sis. Thank you for putting this.
Hey,
I know. There's my mini me. Yeah, I know. I'm putting myself out there, like, really comes together in desperate times. Help who you can when you can. Absolutely. 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 And let's not stab people and judge people and, to get all caught up in our feelings like that. And don't take everything so literally. He said, I disagree. You hold Joel accountable. All right, Danny. That's okay, though. I mean, again, that's okay. I'm not here to fight you on it. We all got to go to the throne, and we all going to have our own story to tell. And so, no, I'm completely okay with you disagreeing with me and blaming Joel about it. I'm just here to send Joel a hug. To send Joel a hug. Oh, thank you. She said you're beautiful like your mama.
Thank you.
So, yeah. So, no, I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. But, yeah. So, anyway, thank you, guys. I appreciate you all that shared this out. Hey, Ajax, what's going on? I appreciate those who shared this out. Are the doors... Yeah, they were never closed at Lakewood. The doors... At a church, you said our doors for Christian experience from this sermon. Is that what you're talking about, Sudie? Or are you talking about the doors of Lakewood Church open? Maybe I should pass the plate. Yeah, maybe I should pass the plate. Go to paypal.me/DanaSimone, and then I can send the money to Houston. Because Lord knows I can't figure out how to get these 2 bins of clothes I have in my garage down there. Shoot, it's easier to send a check. Golly. Oh, Lord. Hey, what's going on? How are you, Miss Stone? You know I could never pronounce your first name. Quine. Yeah. I'm horrible. Now, that hooked on phonics I cannot do. There are many other mega churches and large facilities there as well, whereas the reprimand there, absolutely. I was saying the same thing. Hey, Carla, what's going on? I thought they are always open, right? Yeah, they are always open. Yeah. Church doors are, Lakewood was never closed. I mean, Lakewood wasn't closed. They had like 10 people or so show up on Sunday. They didn't send them away and say, oh, come back later or whatever. No, it was never closed. It's just Joel didn't make a PSA and say, hey, come to Lakewood. He just didn't make that PSA, and he shouldn't have made that PSA until he knew he had security and that he had the proper resources in order to accommodate 300 to 400 people that he has there now. He has a couple hundred people there now. You just don't go open it up. I'm not opening up my house to a bunch of people and I can't accommodate you. A guy on here said earlier on the broadcast that, would you want your relatives, 10 of your relatives, just to show up at your house one day and be like, hey, we're going to stay with you for 2 weeks, and they got 6 kids? You said we have people coming from Chicago. Message me your... Oh, we do? Seriously? Oh, good. Okay, I will do that. Hey, Erica. Hey, Jonathan. Jonathan. So, again, we wouldn't want that. We're not ready. We wouldn't be ready for anybody to just show up at our house like that. So why are we going to get mad because Joel couldn't accommodate 300 to 500 people? Go to the shelters first. It sounded bad. Trust me. I get it. Him saying go to the shelters first and then come here sounds bad as hell. I know it sounds bad, but I understand because your shelters, which are just a few blocks away from Lakewood, your shelters have showers, beds, food, bedding, soap. They have more resources at this moment than Lakewood had for the last 96 hours. Okay, so I'm not mad at that soundbite at all. And again, remember, people, it's just a soundbite. It was just a soundbite. It was just a small portion of his entire conversation. There are now several hundred people there at Lakewood being housed in that facility. Hopefully by now that it's been designated as an evacuation facility, and he will start getting in additional resources into Lakewood because now it's being housed as an evacuation facility. So yay. And again, hashtag cyber hug for Joel because everybody's crucifying him right now. And I just wanted to send a little bit of love and send a little bit of logic about this. Hopefully, this won't get anywhere else because, again, it's probably too positive. But I do appreciate the few shares that we did have. But this won't get anywhere else. But hopefully I've changed your mind, except Danny's. I've given you guys a little bit of perspective and some insight on how we can look at this from a different perspective, and maybe from Joel's perspective as to what he was thinking about this. I said there was the Joel comment, and then there was the angry translator. You remember Obama's angry translator from Key and Peele? And they had the angry translator as to what Barack was really thinking. Well, yeah, I have my own perspective as to what Joe's angry translator was thinking. Like, hell no, y'all not coming up here tearing up my facility like you did the Superdome. That's probably what Joe was saying. We are now opening Lakewood Church for you to come in. Yeah, because you ain't coming over here and messing it up like you did the Superdome. We're all able and in God's hands here at Lakewood, and we welcome you to come. Angry translator. Yeah, we got some security up in here because y'all not going to come up in here and tear up our stuff and rip out all our sheets and steal all our Bibles and all our hymnals. Nah, we ain't letting y'all do that. So please come to Lakewood. All sinners welcome. Him need to clear his bite up quick. Yeah, he does need to clear it up. So now they want to go to the church. I'm just saying, oh, it's Quinn. Like when? Oh, okay. That's easy enough. I don't know why I was making that harder than it was, huh, Quinn? Hey, Donna, what's going on? All right, well, I'm going to get out of here. I just wanted to give you guys a little love, a little perspective, a little bit of what was on my mind today about Joel Osteen. Joel, hopefully this kind of made you smile. I'm sure you were smiling the whole time because you are the smiling preacher there. And hopefully you felt a little cyber hug here from Aurora, Illinois. So take care, everybody. I will see you guys soon. What is it? Not to mention there was coordination of who was there, where they would be going from there. There is a process to reconnect with family. Absolutely. And you got to have that in place. I mean, again, like I said in the beginning of the broadcast, you had to have some strategy and you had to have some processes and procedures in place, and you needed security, and you need to figure out the facilities. So that way, again, they probably, they may have 20 bathrooms inside of that Lakewood church. I mean, again, I'm just thinking about a basketball facility. I mean, they may have 20 restrooms, if that many. I would say maybe 20 to 30 in that facility. But if you're talking 300 to 500 people using the facilities all at the same time, you're going to have another Superdome effect. You're going to have backup of water because the water got to go somewhere. Where is all that stuff going to go? You're going to have backup. So maybe you want to have porta potties on the outside of Lakewood in the parking lot or something like that. Again, you got to have strategy, people. So that's all I'm saying. Hey, Lisa, what's going on? That's all I'm saying. Love to you, Joel. Keep doing what you're doing. Everybody in Houston, I love you. I miss it out in Houston terribly. I am still praying for you guys. I'm still trying to figure out how to get these 2 boxes of clothes out of my garage to send down there. So hopefully somebody was inboxing me telling me that somebody from Chicago is going to be sending stuff to Houston. So again, keep praying for Houston. Great job. We love you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. So I am signing out. Hey, Tiffany, what's going on? You said come back. Come back to Houston. I know. I loved it down there. I did. I loved it down in Houston. So there's a few people out there that I still know because I started working out there. So it's still a few people out there. Beg them to come on. Beg them to come on Sunday or beg them to come on Sunday. Sunday where? To church. Hey, Stephanie, what's going on? Had them come to church. Maybe that's what you meant. So anyway, well, I'm going to go. You guys take care. Again, this is DanaSimone. I am checking out. Hopefully you guys got a little bit of love. # cyberhug for Joe. Peace out.